Welcome to episode 1599, Cornelius Vanderbilt, first tycoon in the United States. This is an outline of episode 1599.
He built from one small little boat of moving supplies, he built an empire of steamships.
And he was born in 1794 in Staten Island, New York. This is his family house. His parents were farmers. At age 11, he quit school and began working. How did he get so rich? He made a total of 4 fortunes. His first fortune was the ferry boat between Staten Island and Manhattan.
At 16, he borrowed $100 from his mother to buy a boat so he could go into business for himself.
Between Staten Island and Manhattan. Of course, there was plenty of competition from other ship owners doing the same thing, but Vanderbilt's strategy was to undercut everyone else and offer the cheapest fares on the markets. He quickly gained a reputation for his reliable and affordable ferry services.
Second fortune was made transporting soldiers for a Fed government contract.
In 1812, the United States went to war with England, and Vanderbilt, known as the most fearless and reliable ferryman in New York, won a very lucrative government contract.
His third fortune was made in steamboats, which he saw as more efficient than the sailboat he was using.
For the next 40 years, Vanderbilt built the biggest shipping empire in the world.
His fourth fortune was made in railroad.
At 70, he was rich enough to retire. But just as John Astor changed businesses late in life, Vanderbilt sold his steamship company and invested all his money in a new mode of transportation, railroads.
Vanderbilt realized that railroads were the wave of the future.
Now, the family tragedy. He married his cousin at the age of 19, and he had 13 children.
He wouldn't find time to be a good husband or father. There are many reports of Cornelius neglecting them and having a very unhappy family life. In fact, at one point, he even had his wife briefly committed to an insane asylum. And a few years later, he committed one of his sons to an insane asylum as well.
Commodore died in 1877. He'd amassed $100 million.
He had more money than the U.S. Treasury.
He left 90% of his wealth to his son William Henry Vanderbilt, was able to double his wealth. It's a little-known secret of his success. He was a steamboat engineer.
Only went into steamboats from sailboats, which he'd been in. He actually mastered the new technology. He studied it. He became the designer of his own steamboats and steamships, and actually took over his first railroad in 1847, while he was still mainly a steamboat and steamship operator. Now that railroad line was the door that opened the way toward his construction of an entire railroad empire.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, leave your questions and comments below. My next video will be Cornelius Vanderbilt, 9 lessons. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.